It's said that possession is 9/10 of the law. Well, I got another axiom for you. Possession of wealth is 9/10 of politics. And what's been going on with the tax system since the time of Gough Whitlam is as a giant game of bait and switch. They're trying, the people who are in control of most of the wealth, that is the upper 10%, are attempting to shift the tax burden from, for funding the government from themselves to you. And they're doing that through regressive taxation measures. They're imposing the GST. You remember the GST. The GST is the tax that Howard said he wasn't going to implement, but then after he was elected, he got it enacted with the help of the Democrats. That's a 10% tax on everything that you buy, no matter what, except for fresh food at the moment. That tax is regressive because it taxes everybody the same, as if we lived in a society of an equality of classes, as if it matters very much to Twiggy Forrest, who makes $50 million a day, how much it costs for him to fill up at the Bowser compared to Joe Smith, who drives the garbage truck for $70,000 a year. The conservatives love these regressive taxes, and the mother of all regressive taxes is the GST, and that's what they're gonna argue this year is the only way we can solve the budget crisis. Now, where did the budget crisis come from? Well, it came from lack of revenue flowing into the budget from taxes that were being cut for business. The business tax in 1986 was 49%. It was lowered to 39% by Hawke, who fell for the trickle-down economics theory in 1988, and then, of course, Howard lowered it to 30% when he was elected. Now, guess what? The LNP's got a new plan. It's going to lower the business tax to 28.5%. Ah, wonderful, huh? And then they say that, oh, well, we've got this budget deficit. And the budget deficit it's definitely there. You know, there's a hole in the budget. Now, where did it come from? It came from having inadequate amounts of revenue flowing into the Treasury from the big end of town, because they've gone through all these tax cuts. Not only that, but conservatives just love regressive taxes. All sales taxes are regressive. The fuel excise, the tax that you pay on cigarettes and booze, all of those things at the point of sale, they tax everybody at the same. Those are regressive taxes. They hate progressive taxes. That's like the income tax. The income tax is gradated on the basis of how much wealth you have access to via your income. It goes like this, like you don't pay any tax on the first $18,200, and then it goes in stages higher and higher till you get up to $180,000, and every buck that you make after $180,000 is taxed at 42%. Now, conservatives don't like that, and they don't like progressive taxation in general. So what Howard did during one of the heights of the mining boom in 2005 is he cut progressive taxes. He cut them, but of course, most of the taxes, most of the wealth that was saved through this cut went to the upper 10%. In fact, the upper 10% got more than the bottom 80%, but never mind that. It caused a gigantic hole in the budget, but wasn't noticed much because the mining boom was still going on. Well, when it did become noticed, then we started talking about how there was a deficit. The amount, it's staggering how much the Treasury has lost from just that 2005 tax cut. It's lost $169 billion from 2005 to 2012, and in 2013 it lost It lost the budget $40 billion. Now the deficit in 2013 was $38 billion. So all they needed to do was rescind that 2005 progressive tax cut, and they would have solved the problem immediately. But no, they didn't do that. They started doing other things, and that is they started cutting into your social wage. They started saying that you have to realize now and be realistic. You have to accept that that you're going to the doctor too often, and you have to pay more for petrol. And by the way, we want to raise the GST and put it on fresh food, which will only cost you $6 billion a year and put you out $5,500 per family a year. That's all. It's all rational though, because we can't do anything else. We can't like tax those corporations, the multinationals who squirrel away 34% of the multinationals don't pay any tax. The top 100 companies in Australia, over 25% pay no tax, and it's all legal. Okay? And a lot of the money that they get from us, because we produce all the wealth, is squirreled away in tax-free accounts in places like Singapore and Switzerland, Cayman Islands. Who knows? In fact, that's one of the problems. Nobody knows how much they're doing it, but they're definitely taking the money out of the treasury and that should be there, and then trying to switch the tax burden to us. The bottom 90%, the ones that would have to pay, would actually be most hurt by raising the GST and putting it on fresh food. What should we do about it? Well, one thing we can do is go to this demonstration. Another thing we can do is join organizations that want to kick the LNP out of government. We need to do that. We need to be active, and we need to be in the streets, and we need to be in our workplaces. We need to talk to our friends and family and co-workers, and we need to tell them that then the next election we need to send the LNP a price signal, and that price signal is that they're going to lose their elections. They're going to lose all of their elections until such a time as we get a government in that will actually tax the people who get most of the wealth. And that is the upper 10%. The upper 10%, if you look at the Credit Suisse annual report, the upper 10% worldwide have possession of 80% of the wealth the other 90% produce. Now, that's us. We're producing it. We're not getting it back. We're not even getting our social wage back. They're saying that we're too greedy about that. Well, we'll send them a message, and we'll do it soon.